Over here on Thayer Street here in Providence, Rhode Island, me, Derek Shapiro, with my son River. And of course, we have a special guest from Providence, Rhode Island, Tropicana Danny.
What's up, guys?
Yes. So you are a famous TikToker dancer.
Yeah.
You, Kelsey, you're a former security guard, right?
It's a bit, huh? This is
you,
my own stuff.
Your own stuff.
So I make my own
Security Tropicana Danny.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get to have the name Tropicana Danny? How did it all come to you?
So the Tropicana, when I was in high school, back in the days, I basically built a car from scratch. I was into street racing. The car is basically orange. I painted it all in orange. I'm a Leo, so if you guys know about Leos, the color is orange.
What month is that, by the way?
That's August.
August what?
Yeah, August 6th.
August 6th,
Yeah.
okay.
So they have July Leos, but those aren't real Leos. August are real Leos.
Okay, all right.
But anyways, so I pretty much, I built that car. I was moving to Florida. I was excited about getting a Florida plate with the orange on it. So
What part of Florida?
Huh?
What part of Florida?
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, Orlando area. I lived kind of all over, Pompano Beach, Cocoa Beach.
But you're from here.
But I'm born and raised here, yeah.
And what high school did you go to?
PCTA, graduated.
From where?
PCTA, Providence Career and Technical. It's right next to Classical Central.
Okay. So you're back here now.
Yeah. So basically, I built that car. It was orange, and then I put it as, first it was Crush, like the soda, and then I switched it up. I put Tropicana, because Florida, the orange.
Yes.
And the car was orange, so I put Tropicana Danny, and then that kind of basically stuck with me because when I was in Florida, I was already known by all the car enthusiasts. I had sponsorships for big car companies, so I kind of carried it on and branded myself as Tropicana.
And how'd you get into dancing?
Dancing I was born and raised dancing. My mom was a break dancer. Same thing with my dad, but I grew up around my mom. And then from there, I kind of got into the whole graffiti life. Met break dancers from there. And then I was involved more in the streets. When I moved to New York City, I was a street dancer and subway dancer.
Subway dancer, how was that?
Yeah, it's fun. It's great, different. It's kind of like a little war / like Family Feud. Depends on who you're around. If you're on the wrong train and someone else is performing, you're taking from their money.
Really?
And then also it is illegal to, make money on the trains.
Sure.
So, you gotta also watch out for undercovers and stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a cool thing. It teaches you how to hustle, how to go about things in life.
And you made money doing that?
Yeah.
So you put out like a tip thing on the train?
Nah, I just had my hat.
Hat, yeah,
I'd
like
always
that.
wear my hats and stuff like that.
And they give you tips and money
Yeah,
like that?
and you just kind of like, you play the music, you go back and forth right at the end.
Do you try it in Boston, like at Faneuil Hall?
I've done Boston. I'm not really a fan of Boston people. Most of them are a bit more on the negative side. So
Dylan Schnatter, did you hear that?
Yeah.
No. He's my partner. Evans A. Darrellis in Boston area.
Yeah, usually whenever I go to Boston, I try to do stuff with like the police. They're pretty cool.
Yep.
But I don't know. I guess like when you go more towards that way, people are a bit more negative.
Maybe now you get Boston fans through me because Boston, I used to live in the Boston area too. So
I have family that live over there.
Sure.
But I stay more towards like Providence, and then I go back to New York, and then hit the southern.
And you're 23 years old.
Yeah, 23.
23 years old. Riv, I know you had a question for him.
Yeah.
One major question.
You got banned from the work mall.
Yeah, so I got banned from the work.
You told all the kids in the gym.
Oh yeah, because you actually danced at Rivers High School day before Thanksgiving at a pep rally.
Yeah.
Okay, and then ask about the
How'd you get
So the ban basically happened. I forgot what day it was on. I think it was on a Friday. The day that I first ever went to your school, it was a random pop-up, and that was the first school that I ever went to.
Yeah.
I went to the mall right afterwards. There was like 30 plus kids that wanted to meet me there, so I went. 3 minutes in, the police officer approached me, as well as the security guards. They asked for my name, my address, in a very rude way, and I didn't give him the information. I told him that I committed a crime.
Oh.
He said no. He's like, but he wants me to trespass. I was like, okay, so you can trespass me, but you have no reason. And then from there on, he tried to like touch me, and I just took off. I ran off. And then I ended up in a parking lot. They called 2 cruisers to come and get me from the streets. They came, and then it was two cruisers coming this way, and then there was a random guy in a Mustang, in a red Mustang. He was probably like in his 60s, 50s. He tried to run me over, and then there was a lady with a couple dogs
Really?
that was about to let her dogs go, and then there was also a couple of like middle schoolers that had seen me that were running with me. I flipped over a fence, my phone fell on the floor. I went back to get my phone in front of the car, literally just like that. Pretty much after that whole like thing, they basically took me in and stuff like that. They arrested me. They wanted my information.
Yeah.
And I didn't give them my information.
Yeah.
So they had to find out like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a Florida citizen. I'm not a Rhode Island citizen anymore.
Yeah.
So they had to go through like the county and see if I have any records and stuff.
Sure.
And obviously I didn't have any of that. Little did they know, I pretty much like danced and stuff. So the officer that was there that did take me in, he was really cool with me. He let me use my phone. He gave me waters and stuff like that. He didn't know what he was actually coming to get me for at the mall.
Yeah.
So
And this happened before Thanksgiving.
yeah, this is like a couple of months back.
I like the dance we did at the
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was like I
That
do
was-
like the sturdy stuff because a lot of
That was
people
amazing,
like the
though. I
dancing.
like it.
Thank you.
So question, so you went to court recently for the Warwick Mall.
Yeah.
What happened at the court?
So basically, they're still taking care of like the case. So they dropped one of the charges because they put me for vandalism and obstruction.
Why vandalism?
Vandalism because one of the security guards, he's a noob. He thought I broke the fence, and the fence is like really big. Obviously, I'm short, so I told him, I said, I didn't break that. If you guys obviously do your job right and you secure the premises and you look around,
Sure.
then you would know if something's broken or not. So, they didn't believe that, and then they found out that the fence was always broken, so they dropped the charge automatically my first day in court. And then
And you had a following at the courthouse.
huh?
You had a following at the courthouse?
Yeah. So
Kent County, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, the judge he read the whole case and he just started laughing. He was like, "There's no way this is a case." But the way that I'm going about it is basically a little bit more, just because of the simple fact that just for dancing, trying to meet other kids that, I'm not from Warwick. I don't see most of the kids in Warwick. I'm trying to do something different in Rhode Island. I basically, I want to, gather information that I have from schools and stuff like that, kids that I interact with, show love with. And I have made a lot of different, like screenshots, and I put them in the paper and stuff to show the judge. So I'm going to go back, I think it's this week, just to finish off the last thing so they could drop, the last.
And you got invited back to Warwick Mall too.
Yeah, so the owner of the mall.
Garabedian, I think. So.
Yeah, so his brother basically said he'll bring me to the mall and have me dance, in front of like everyone, like do this whole big thing.
Wow. What day? What day is that?
We haven't came up with a date yet.
But hopefully in January, right?
Nah, it's in this month.
In December.
Yeah,
I wanna go
December.
see it.
Yeah.
All
in
right.
December.
All
right.
Yeah.
So I'm basically gonna, do something like that. But yeah.
So you danced at Providence Place Mall before too, right?
Yeah, so I used to work in Providence Place Mall.
You were a
so-
security guard.
Yeah, I was a security guard over there, so everyone knows
Did
me
you
as a-
dance at the Florida Mall too?
Yeah, in the Florida Mall,
You did?
Jersey, at American Dream Mall, a lot of malls, Emerald Square Mall, Millennium Mall in Florida, a bunch of malls. So in the start of it, I was just going to different malls.
So question, you being a security guard, the security guard took you out at Warwick Mall, right?
Yeah.
You being a former security guard at Providence Place Mall. What do you think, as being a former security guard, you had to be in the securing the mall, and then the security guard had to take you, handle the situation at Warwick Mall?
So there was no security guard that got to me in Warwick Mall, because like I said, I ran away.
Yeah.
And the police officer, the Warwick police officer, he came up to me.
Yeah.
So when I left, like when I ran away from them, none of the police officers, it was only one officer in the mall, but him and all the other security officers, they couldn't catch up to me. So by the time, like, say we're right here, I was already, like, back over there at that second sign. So I took track. So I'm pretty fast.
Took track, okay.
Yeah,
So What dances do you look up to? Jennifer Lopez at all?
I look up to her just myself. I
Just
don't
yourself?
have anyone that I look up to.
So,
Yeah.
would you? Do you think you'll ever be on America's Got Talent?
If I wanted to, yeah, definitely. But I don't really look forward into any of that. Honestly, with even my dancing stuff, I never really looked towards becoming like famous. Like people say I'm famous, I say I'm not. I just make videos. You know, I also put business into
Yeah, I see your
what
TikTok
I do.
videos. I like it.
Yeah,
It's-
thank you, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So how do you put business into it?
So basically, like most of these places, like I do stuff. This is my boy over there.
Yep.
He's the owner of Chinatown.
Sure.
I do business with them. Mike's Pizza, they own Mike's Pizza as well.
Sure.
We got Andreas right here.
Yep.
I do business with them.
So they sponsor your.
Yeah, so I basically work some type of deals out with them so they can get more people to, you know, come in through the doors.
Sure.
Right now with Chinatown, I'm helping them out with they're doing a fundraiser. Basically trying to raise up to $100,000 to give it to the what was it? It was the children's like Hasbro Make-A-Wish.
Yep.
So they're basically doing that. So
And how
they
you doing
have-
that? Like, how you gonna be able to?
So they have their own like their own merch.
Yep.
So they'll be displaying it inside the store. But
And if they buy it, then it goes to Make a Wish.
So it goes to Make-A-Wish.
That is cool.
And they have pretty good prices. Like I know one of the sweaters are $25.
Really?
I have one of them. They have a hoodie that they're coming out with, but they basically give me the stuff. I usually just come out here and I dance whenever. And we just kind of like kick it over here. So anyone that comes by, you know, we kind of bring a different energy around the city.
Okay, so can you give us a sample here on the Derek Shapiro podcast, YouTube? I mean, of course, this is being heard on Spotify and
Yeah.
iHeartRadio, so people can't see it on Spotify.
Yeah.
But people on YouTube right now, here, River, you're looking forward for his dancing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so,
And I'm looking forward to following. You can follow my TikTok too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you have a TikTok. What is your TikTok, by the way?
Tropicana_Danny_.
And what's your TikTok, River?
My TikTok is at River_Shapiro.
Wow, look at two TikTokers, my son and Tropicana Danny. And me, I'm a YouTuber and podcaster and cable show host. So, of course, how did you? I mean, do you have the same routine for your dancing every time, or do you mix it up with new material?
So it depends. Sometimes it goes into like if I feel like I want to dance. If I don't want to dance, then I'll just put in the routine that I use for different songs.
Okay.
But
Do you have a song you play?
Huh?
You have a song?
I have different songs and stuff like that. I honestly can dance usually to whatever it is. I grew up, you know, break dancing. I've done ballroom. I did trot, swing. I did all those. I taught at Fred Astaire.
Oh, Fred Astaire. Okay. So, do you
yeah.
have any music to go along with this dancing?
I do. It's usually just on my phone or like anything that's trending on TikTok.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right. So, can we do it?
I can
Tropicana
figure
Danny.
it out because I know I won't be able to hear
Okay.
the music. That's the only thing.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put on pause. We'll be back. We're gonna take a break because we want to go close to a YouTube song,
Yeah.
so you can hear some music as your.
Oh, this song. I'll put this song.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be back.